Hello students, welcome to my channel Hans Commerce Tutorial for the lectures on commerce, accounts, finance and management. My suggestion to you, before watching the video, please go to the description below my video. You'll find a link there. Take a printout of the problems given in the link and keep it ready before watching the video so that you can be able to understand the problem, the solution and the explanation to get the maximum benefit from the lectures. Thank you. Hello students, welcome you back to this unit number 2, partnership accounts. Last two videos we have seen the theory of this partnership accounts 2, dissolution of firm and sale to a company. Briefly we'll recap the points, then we'll start the problem. First we have discussed what do you mean by dissolution of firm. When the relationship between the partners comes to an end, the business is closed, all the assets are sold, liabilities are paid, accounts are settled. That is called dissolution. And on dissolution of firm, a number of entries have to be passed to close the books of accounts. The first entry is transfer all assets to realization. Entry will be realization account data to all the assets individually at their book values. Second entry, transfer all the liabilities and provision to realization. So liabilities account data, realization, provision for bad debts account data to realization. This is the second entry. Third entry will be for the sale of assets. Some assets are sold. So bank account data to realization. Some assets will be taken over by one of the partner. The partner's capital account data to realization. Similarly, payment of liabilities. Realization account data to liabilities account. Suppose some of the liabilities are taken over by the partner, then liability realization account data to partner's capital account. Then we have to find out the profit or loss on realization. If there is profit, realization account data to all partners capital account. If there is loss, all partners capital account data to realization. Then realization expenses are also there. So realization account data to cash. Next, if any loan is there from the partner, so it will be paid off, partner's loan account data to bank. After passing all these entries, the bank account will be closed by transferring the bank balance to the partner's capital account. Partner's capital account data to bank. In this way, all the entries, the accounts will get closed. So this is what we have to do in the coming problems. A special account will be opened at the time of dissolution called realization account to find out the profit or loss on realization. Come on, we'll start the problems. The first problem, I told you that if you are following R.P. Trivedi book from Pankaj Publications, you can get all the problems. Otherwise, in this video below the link, you can find in description, you can find the problems of all these problems you can find. You can get a hard copy from that printout and be ready while following the problems. Now, first problem. It is given on page number B12. Short answer questions. First problem. A and B were in partnership and agreed to dissolve. Two partners are there. They want to dissolve the business. The assets realized 75,000. All the assets are sold and 75,000 are realized. So bank account data to realization. The liabilities were as follows. Sundry creditors 45,000. Loan from A 20,000. A's capital, B's capital. That means liability side is given. Liability side we have sundry creditors, loan from A and capital of A, capital of B. They share profits and losses in proportion of A 3/4, B 1/4. 3:1 is the profit sharing ratio. They share show the realization account. So only it is asking you to make one account realization account. But for preparing realization account, we need what is the book value of assets. We are given the liability side, sundry creditors we are given, loan from A we are given, capitals are given. Liability side is complete. But what about the asset side? We need the book value of assets. Without that book value of assets, we cannot complete the realization account. So to find out how much are the assets, we make a balance sheet. So here you can see, to find the book value of assets, we make the balance sheet of the firm before dissolution. So balance sheet before dissolution, Sundry creditors 45,000, loan from A 20,000, capital of A and B. The total of the liability side 90,000. And we know in a balance sheet the total of liability must be equal to total of assets. The liability is 90,000, so assets also 90,000. So sundry assets balancing figure is 90,000. So in this problem, before making realization account, we make the balance sheet to find out what is the book value of assets. Now this book value of assets of 90,000 are all sold away for rupees 75,000 given in the problem. Now we'll proceed to make realization account. While preparing this realization account, you must remember the entry. The first entry is realization account data to all assets. Realization account data to all assets. So realization को debit करेंगे all assets. How much are the assets here? Sundry assets 90,000. By making this balance sheet, we come to know 90,000 is the book value of all assets. So realization account data, so debit करेंगे to all assets 90,000. First entry passed. The second entry, transfer all liabilities to realization. Only one outside liability we have. Sundry creditors 45,000. Entry will be sundry creditors account data to realization. Sundry creditors account data to realization. So realization account is credited by sundry creditors 45,000. By sundry creditors 45,000. Next comes assets are sold. All the assets are sold at 75,000. Entry will be bank account data to realization. When assets are sold, bank account data to realization. So by bank, sale of assets 75,000. Now we have to make the payment to liabilities. Only one liability was there, sundry creditors. And sundry creditors we have already transferred to realization. अब sundry creditors का account नहीं है, वो account को हम transfer कर दिए realization को. तो payment करेंगे, तो realization account data to bank. Realization account data to bank. So to bank 45,000. So we have completed. Now debit side we have 1,35,000 and credit side we have 45,000 and 75,000. So out of this 1,35,000, subtract 45,000, subtract 75,000. The balancing figure you will get 15,000. This is the loss on realization. So debit side is more, credit side is less. When debit side is more, it is called loss. So out of 1,35,000, subtract 45,000, subtract 75,000, you are going to get 15,000. So 15,000 जो loss आया है, that will be shared by the partners in the profit sharing ratio. 3:1. 3 by 4, 1 by 4. So 15,000 into 3 by 4, 11,250. 15,000 into 1 by 4, 3,750. Total is 15,000. That's all. This is the first problem on realization. Now we'll start the second problem. Problem number 2. Second problem. See, the position of a firm on 31st December 2005 was as follows. Reserve 5,000, creditors 10,000, bills payable 5,000. Capital A and B. Bank account, then debtors less reserve, stock, furniture. This is the balance sheet given for the partners A and B. On the above date, the partners decide to dissolve. The assets realized 25,000 and creditors were paid 9,000 in settlement. Expense of realization came to 1,000. Prepare realization account. The previous problem, balance sheet was not given. We have prepared the balance sheet to find out the book value of assets. Here book value of assets are given. First entry, transfer all assets to realization. The realization account data to bank. Realization account data to bank, to debtors, to stock, to furniture. Then liabilities, creditors and bills payable. Come on, we'll start making the realization account. Second problem. Now see, while passing the first entry, We have discussed realization account data to all assets individually. Cash and bank balance should not be transferred to realization because already it is realized. It is hard cash. So except cash and bank, we transfer all assets to realization. What are the assets? Debtors are there. Two debtors. How much are the debtors? 10,000. Then we have to stock, to furniture. Stock is how much? 17,000. Furniture is 4,000. So debtors, stock, furniture. Credit side we have creditors and bills payable. Second entry will be creditors account debtor, bills payable account debtor, provision for doubtful debts account debtor to realization. Liabilities और provision को debit करेंगे, realization को credit करेंगे. तो credit side by sundry creditors, by bills payable, by reserve for bad debts. So sundry creditors are 5,000, bills payable 10,000, and reserve for doubtful debts 1,000. First two entries we have passed. Now the third entry will be sale of assets, bank account data to realization. So realization account credit side by bank. Assets realized. The assets realized rupees 25,000 given in the problem. 25,000 rupees assets were realized. Creditors were paid off 9,000. 9,000 rupees are paid to creditors. Actually, creditors are 10,000. Creditors are 5,000 and bills payable are 10,000. So totally creditors were paid 9,000. Creditors are 10,000. Sorry. Creditors are 10,000 and bills payable is 5,000. 10,000 creditors, 5,000 bills payable. Rupees 9,000 were paid to creditors in full settlement. Instead of 10,000, we are paying only 9,000 to creditors. Entry will be realization account data to bank. So realization account data to bank. Creditors. How much it is paid? 9,000. One more liability was there, bills payable. Nothing is given in the problem, but we have to pay it. So bills payable amount was 5,000. Now it is paid. Again same entry, realization account data to bank. ₹5,000 paid. Over all the liabilities are paid, assets are realized. Expenses of realization came to 1,000. Expenses of realization paid is 1,000. So realization account data to bank. $1,000 expenses paid. Over expense of realization paid. Now we have to find out whether there is profit or loss. If you find the total of the debit side, you will get 46,000. 46,000 is the total of debit side. 10,000, 17,000, 4,000, 9,000, 5,000, 1,000. Correct, 46,000. Now out of this 46,000, subtract 10,000, minus 10,000, minus 5,000, minus 1,000, minus 2,500. So you are getting remaining 5,000 rupees loss. Debit side is more, credit side is less. The difference is 5,000. That 5,000 is called the loss on realization. Debit side ज़्यादा है तो loss है, credit side ज़्यादा है तो profit. यहाँ debit side ज़्यादा है तो loss हो गया. So here we should write to by loss transferred to. Loss transferred to A, B. How many partners are there? A and B. Two partners are there, A and B. How much loss we are getting? 5,000. What is the profit sharing ratio given in the problem? Second problem, the profit sharing ratio is not given. When profit sharing ratio is not given, according to Indian Partnership Act, the partners should share profits equally, 1/2. That's it. Take a pause and copy down this solution. This is the first problem. Now we'll come to the main problems. Short problems are over. Only 2 short problems were given. Now we are coming to the main problem. First main problem. See the problem carefully. X, Y and Z are partners, sharing profits and losses in the proportion of 5:3:2. 3 partners, X, Y, Z. Profit sharing ratio 5:3:2. They decide to dissolve the partnership firm, and the balance sheet as on 31st March 2001 was as follows. Sundry creditors, only one outside liability. Capitals, XYZ, bank, debtors, stock, furniture, plant, land and building. Assets are given. The assets realized as follows. Land and building 1 lakh, plant and machinery 2,50,000, stock 45, furniture 9,000, sundry debtors 1,30,000, expense of dissolution 4,000. Prepare the necessary accounts in the books for the dissolution of the firm. अब ये प्रॉब्लम में जर्नल एंट्रीज नहीं पूछ रहा, इट इज आस्किंग यू टू प्रिपेयर द लेडजर अकाउंट्स टू क्लोज द बुक्स. तो फर्स्ट वी नीड द रियलाइजेशन अकाउंट to find out the profit or loss on realization. Secondly, we need the partner's capital account. And lastly, we need the bank account for settlement. So 3 accounts we require. The first account is realization account. This is the realization account. Next account we make bank account. Next we make partner's capital account. It is asking you to make the ledger accounts. That's why we have made realization account, bank account and partners capital account. Now the balances will be taken for those accounts which are there in the balance sheet. Balance sheet में जो items है उसका account उसका balance लेंगे. Realization account is not there in the balance sheet, so we don't have any brought down balance. Whereas bank account is there. Bank account is there in the balance sheet. So asset side, you see how much is the cash at bank? 18,000. Similarly, partners capital account. How much is the balances partners capital account? 3,30,000. 3,30,000. 1,30,000. And 32,000. So we are having the opening balances. Opening balances we have taken. Now we'll start posting the entries. The first entry, realization account data to all assets account. Bank नहीं लेंगे, bank already we have taken there. Except bank, what are the other assets? Sundry debtors. तो realization account debit side. Sundry debtors, 1,52,000. Then we have stock. 60,000. Then we have furniture, 10,000. Then we have plant, 2,90,000. Next we have land and building, 1,12,000. First entry we have posted realization account data to all assets. Second entry, transfer the liabilities and provision. Provision we don't have. We don't have provision for doubtful debts. Liability only one, sundry creditors. So sundry creditors account data to realization. By sundry creditors, it is 1,50,000. Over. Two entries are posted. First, transfer liability assets. Second, transfer liability. Third one is assets sold. All the assets are sold. The assets realized: land and building, plant, stock, furniture, debtors. All the assets are realized. Right? 5 assets are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So entry will be bank account debtor to realization. Bank account debtor to realization. So bank को debit करेंगे. और रियलाइजेशन को क्रेडिट करेंगे बाय बैंक. Now assets realized. Assets realized, we are given land and building 1 lakh plus plant and machinery 2,50,000 plus stock 45,000 plus furniture 9,000 plus sundry debtor 1,30,000. Add up all this, you will get the total 5,34,000. 5,34,000 is the total assets realized. Now payment of liabilities. एक ही liability है sundry creditors, उसको pay कर दिए, तो entry will be realization account debtor to bank. Realization account debtor to bank. Creditors are paid, that is 1,50,000. Bank account created by realization account. Creditors 1,50,000. So we have paid the creditors. Now realization expenses are there. Expense of dissolution 4,000. So realization account debtor to bank. Over all the entries we have posted. Now we have to find out there is profit or loss on realization. अब ये होने के बाद देखना ये कि profit है या loss. Debit side. We have the debit side total 7,78,000. 7,78,000 is the total on the debit side. Whereas credit side is only 6,84,000. 6,84,000 is there on the credit side. It is short. So minus कर देंगे तो यहाँ पर लिखेंगे loss. Transfer to. So 7,78,000 minus 6,84,000. So 7,78,000 minus 6,84,000. So you are getting a loss of 94,000. You are getting a loss of 94,000. This loss of 94,000 will be transferred to old partners capital account in old ratio. The old partners are X, Y, Z. 94,000 into what is the profit sharing ratio of the old partners given in the problem? 5:3:2. 5:3:2. 5/10. 3/10. 2/10. So it comes to 47,000. Then second one 28,200. And last one is 18,800. That's it. The total of this is 94,000. 7,78,000. Or a realization account completed. Now the loss on this realization, the journal entry is partners capital account data to realization. क्योंकि realization को credit करे, realization को credit करे, तो debit किसको करेंगे? Partners capital. तो loss on realization, the entry is X capital account data, Y capital account data, Z capital account data to realization. So individual partners should be debited here. Realization loss on realization 47,000, then 28,200, 18,800. This one is completed. Now one liability was there, we have not posted that liability. That liability is the loan. No, loan is not there, not the loan. That's it. So we have completed. Now we have to find out what is the balance in the partners capital account. अब partners के capital account close करना है. Close करने के लिए what is the balance? Credit side 3,30,000. 3,30,000 is the credit side balance of X. 3,30,000 minus 47,000. 3,30,000 minus 47, 2,83,000. यानी X को देना है 2,83,000. तो कहां से देंगे? बैंक से देंगे. We are having the bank balance. From bank balance we are settling the account of X. X का account को close करना है. तो 2,83,000. 2,83,000 is the amount payable to X. तो X capital account data to bank. तो X के capital account को debit कर दिए. बैंक को credit करेंगे by X capital account. By X 2,83,000. Similarly, Y, the total of Y is 1,30,000. 1,30,000. 1,30,000 minus 28,200. 1,01,800. 1,01,800 is paid to Y. Y capital account. 1,01,800. Z 32,000. 32,000 minus 18,800. 13,200. 13,200 is paid to Z. 13,200. Or now the total in the balance sheet must be equal. The account of bank should get closed. बैंक का अकाउंट क्लोज हुआ, ये तो अकाउंट क्लोज हो गया. कैपिटल्स जितना था सब पार्टनर्स को पे कर दिए, पार्टनर्स के अकाउंट क्लोज्ड. अब बैंक बैलेंस ऑटोमेटिकली क्लोज होना. तो डेबिट साइड यू कैन सी 18,000 plus 5,34,000, 5,52,000. Similarly, if you add up all these amounts, 1,50,000 plus 4,000 plus 2,83,000 plus 1,01,800 plus 13,200, you will get 5,52,000. Nothing is left. बैंक में जितना बैलेंस था पूरा पूरा क्लियर हो गया. जितना बैलेंस था पार्टनर्स को दे दिया, पार्टनर्स के अकाउंट क्लोज्ड. This is the first problem on dissolution of a partnership firm. We have done completely. We have prepared the realization account. We got loss on realization. Loss on realization should be taken on debit side because the entry is partners capital.